how you perking? I hope you're perking good. So, we have made it to July predictions video. Technically, at the time of filming this, I have not yet made it to July. It is Friday, June 27th at the time of filming this. I don't know when I'll be able to get this video up and out on YouTube. It's just that I don't have another time open and available to film until July 1st, and I'm scared I'll have it late, so I'm gonna film it early and try to get it up to you as soon as I can. But it is just a congested time right now. Everybody is needing everything for work at the moment, so here we go. But we've made it. Y'all have made it if you're watching this. July 2025, whatever year we're on now. What can we expect for July? We've had such a year already, and all the other months, that I'm literally not even knowing what month it is and what year we're in, because it is that disorienting. Anybody else struggle to be like, what time is it? What day is it? Where are we? What in the hell is happening? We are halfway through the calendar year, and we want to know what's going to go on in July. God bless it, I'm all a mess. July 2025 this year. I put Penelope's eyes as multicolored because I'm multicolored, and my brain right now is also multicolored. But let's go ahead, without further ado, pull up the cards and move this microphone right here, and take a peek. As always, these are all alleged, just my interpretation. Gotta say that for the YouTube overlords. These are also, as always, open internationally. So things will come up here that are happening here in the United States. Things will also come up here that are happening in other places in the world. It's good that we know what's going on everywhere, because as we know, stuff that happens here in the States affects a lot of y'all in other places, and vice versa. So let's go ahead, take a peek. What can we know about July 2025, Spirit Guides? What are we allowed to know? What do y'all want us to begin with here? As these two just flew off, so I guess I'm going to take both, because they both just decided to whip and jump somewhere. Alrighty. Let's see. Do I want any context cards, or am I going to just stick with this here? I believe I shall stick with it. So, where it's starting, very interesting way to start. We've got 2 pages here, 2 swords here. So we've got some weird patterning already going on. Cloaked figure here, cloaked figure here. It's just like, okay. So already what this is giving is that July is gonna be, I guess, more of that disorienting feeling. So already, as the beginning of this video has gone, I've already had that kind of weird, like, okay, hold on, I'm disoriented, I'm saying the wrong things, I'm bumbling over myself, I've got mismatched Penelope eyes that's also jumbled and bumbled, and then now the cards are doing some weird jumble and bumble stuff right here too. So already, between all of those things, we're only 3 to 4 minutes into this video, and I think a pattern is already emerging for July 2025, that it's going to be a bit of a disorienting month, a bit of a jumble of things, and dare I say, we're probably going to have a lot of like deja vu type moments. So if you're prone to deja vu anyway, where you're like, this feels familiar. Why does this situation feel familiar? It's not like it's happened before. I'm just living in it right now. Why does it feel familiar? That's deja vu. Feels like we're going to be getting a lot of that going on in June. A lot of did I jump down the rabbit hole? What's going on with this? Like, is this through the looking glass? Like, or have we gone beyond the veil? Like, what is going on here? So if we already felt like sometimes this year has done that to us, just prepare yourselves. Mentally, psychologically, emotionally, whatever kind of way, spiritually, prepare yourselves, because it looks like July is going to be a huge clusterfuck with that. So, interesting way to start. Specifically in certain things that are kind of already popping off in what we have here, it looks like we're gonna get a weird interplay with people on the world stage showing their immaturity. That does not give me a lot of confidence, because that can mean our world leaders, our government leaders. It can mean people that have a platform that are supposed to try to represent us, whether they are celebrities, philanthropists, just very well-known people who work with charities, whatever. People that are kind of known on the world stage letting their immaturity show in July. And it looks like we're gonna see that in a very clear way, where we're gonna be like, seriously, this is how we're handling this. This is how we're choosing to go forward with this. You're gonna really try to die on that hill, are ya? And so it looks a little bit like they're going to embarrass themselves. So again, these are people that are well known on the world stage, whether they are in politics, whether they are in entertainment, whether they are in some sort of private sector. They're well known. They're going to show their immaturity. They're going to embarrass themselves. And this is going to be something that affects us, because it can make certain people lose hope in them. Have you ever had somebody that you either thought either well of, or you felt kind of neutral about them, but then you saw them do something or say something where you're like, that, in my mind, that kind of took you down a peg or two, and now, I don't know, now I'm not a fan anymore. Now I don't want to support you anymore. Now I'm not feeling it anymore. Now I don't trust that you were ever really for the cause anymore. Now I feel like everything you were saying before was just lip service, and I'm not into it anymore. If you've ever had that kind of a moment, that's the moment we're seeing up here for July 2025. And again, this feels like some well-known world stage type folks here. So I think that this is going to affect people, at various pockets around the globe. I don't think this is targeted to any small fries in some small area. I think that this is going to be kind of a big deal here. In this bottom row over here, Hermit card upright, Knight of Wands in reverse, Five of Cups in reverse. I don't know if it's going to be because of this, or just in general because of maybe the, like we said, discombobulated energy that's going to come about in July. But this is like deeply soul searching, having to like really slow down and reprocess and start to try to look at things through new eyes, start to try to figure out some silver linings, things like that. It's really like we're really gonna be tested to kind of take our perspectives back to the drawing board in July. So it's like, how to explain this? I guess an example that's coming up in my mind, and, doesn't necessarily mean that this is gonna be for everyone. It is just an example. But say something happens with leadership where you think, wow, now, after having seen that, I need to revisit how I thought about this person, this leadership, this role, this entity that they're a part of. And now I think I'm going to have to change my opinion with this new information. Like, now that I have new information, I can't continue to hold these same beliefs. I'm just going to have to change my thoughts and change my opinions on that. And if that makes me feel a little bit embarrassed or ashamed, within myself, then, I guess I'll have to face that. There's a lot of us having to face things for us to change our thoughts and feelings on it. And we're going to have to take the time to do that so that we can get to a place where we can recognize what is better. It's like it's not going to do us any favors to hold on to thoughts, feelings, and beliefs that we can't really justify anymore. And it's not going to do us any favors to hold on to that just because of our pride of not wanting to admit that maybe we made a mistake or saw it incorrectly before or missed it the first time or something like that. It's like it's better to just be like, okay, I missed it. I missed the signs. I'm just gonna, eat that. If somebody wants to shame me for it, whatever. I see it differently now. I have new information now. And so I'm gonna look at this differently and make different decisions accordingly. And that is what it is. It's better to take that approach because it looks like if we try to really hold tight and stick to those guns, it's not going to help us. It's not going to help us. It looks like in July, for lack of a better way of putting this, it's like a hinge month. A hinge month. So as it is the literal middle of the year, the literal middle of 2025, it looks like that's going to be the hinge point of 2025, where we have to hinge, pivot, and shift, because whatever direction things are rolling on now, they needed to roll that way. They were there for a reason, but potentially they were there for the reason of bringing certain things to light, illuminating certain things. And now that we see that and we know that, it's time to do something about that and make a shift, take a pivot, because it looks like something changes in July of 2025 that causes us to realize there has to be that shift point, that hinge, that pivot, that there has to be. So they haven't really said yet, I don't know, we'll keep looking, what exactly might happen to cause that. And maybe there's multiple things. Maybe that's why it's not saying yet. Maybe there's multiple things. But it feels like a pivotal month of the year. So, once again, July looks disorderly, and July looks like a big deal. So let's pull these up and reshuffle them and see what else we can know about July 2025. And as I am shuffling here, as always, once we get done looking at everything we need to look at right here, we will do a second video, a Perk Squad extended video for channel members. So if you would like to be a member of the Perk Squad, then please click the join button down below or the link in the description box, and you can become a member. There are lots of perks there. It will tell you about all of them, and including things like weekly forecasts. If you like these monthly forecasts, then there are weekly ones where we post about that to kind of get a heads up on every week. And one of the perks to the Perk Squad are video shout outs. So let me just look over here in my little Perk Squad list, and I'm going to give a shout out, video shout out, to the first name of a Perk Squad member that it will show me. So I'm clicking on it. First name that pops up, shout out to you, Kirsten Alvarado. Shout out to you. And welcome to the Perk Squad. I know that you have just recently joined in our last live, actually. So excited that your name came up. So you're a newbie that gets to get shouted out. So shout out to you, Kirsten Alvarado, and happy to have you here. Thank you, thank you. Alrighty. So all shuffled up here, nice and mixed up. Let's see, what else about July 2025 are we allowed to know? Let's see. Ooh, several jumped down. I'm not going to take them because it was too many. Too many. And so once again, we're not going to get that disorderly in here. The energy, I swear, like, it's just a little chaotic. Foreshadowing. So, What we have here, top row, High Priestess upright, Six of Swords in reverse, Page of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, man. Well, since the Six of Swords coming in reverse, whatever this top row is talking about, this is my signal that it's talking about something stateside here in the United States. And what it seems to be giving regarding the United States in July 2025 is our upright High Priestess and our reverse Page of Pentacles, which means something or someone dropping the ball, like, pretty significantly, and again in such a way that we all notice it and there is no ability to hide it. That High Priestess card, I mean, it can see through anything. It is the intuition card, the most perceptive card here. So, oh gosh, dropping the ball so hard everybody can see it. Context. Okay, and it's referring to something that has been very painful to us in the past. So dropping the ball on something that in the past was already a sore spot, and so now it's kind of like reopening that wound, ripping that Band-Aid right back off. Something that has been brewing for a while, which makes sense if it's kind of talking about a past wound getting reopened all over again. And something from the shadows coming up. So whatever this is fairly dark. I will admit that, say that this is fairly dark. It is dark coming to light. I'm actually glad to see the moon card in reverse and that we will know and we will see it. But that doesn't make it pretty. That doesn't make it good. This is a worrisome combination. I mean, we're bringing a blast from the past back up that was painful when it happened the first time, and we're reopening that wound, and it's this long time coming build of something that's kind of dark. Like, I mean, really, that doesn't sound good. That doesn't feel good. Yeah, something that it's like, okay, we really can't continue to carry this. This is like more than just a dropped ball. This is something that, for a lack of a better way of putting this, I mean, it's going to be hard for us to save face after this happens. And the Empress card, this has come up several times in a lot of our readings. It has been a very kind of mysterious type of card here. In all the readings that it's come up in recently, it has stood for some kind of a, power type of entity, power role or power group. But it has always come up kind of as a mystery. It's always been a bit nameless. It's always been a bit behind the scenes, but it's always been present in a lot of these. So there's something like, the cog, the machine that's working behind people here in this country. Some like they who shall not be named group type of thing that keeps showing a presence in these readings, and it's coming up here too. What the hell? Are we not allowed to know? Fuckboy energy. Taking things away. Feeling stuck between a rock and a hard place. Decisions have already been made. King of Wands card is often our President Trump card. That card and the Emperor card come up as him a lot. He's in his upright position here, so they're not like super shit talking him here, but I would be worried for him. I would be worried if I was him, and I would be worried about him in July. There's too much weirdness here, and they are like intentionally being somewhat mysterious about it to give us that Empress card that has just been like, you know, peeking through in all these recent readings. But, you know, just a little bit of a, hey, see that I'm here, but it's a mystery for why. Just in case I don't want to step in something that we're not supposed to step in, it might be that they're like, listen here, this is the topic. This is what it's about. It's about President Trump. And you heard all the little details around it. That's all I can tell you. Just heads up, be prepared kind of thing. And they don't want to go further than that, I guess. So I will only ask for one more card. And then I will be good. Sun card in reverse. All right. This is the best thing. The best thing shrouded and not happening. Okay. Falling off potential. Yeah. Especially the fact that the sun, you know, being in reverse is like putting a cover over the sun when we already saw the moon card talking about the shroud of darkness. So kind of two references here to this idea of darkness. I guess we're supposed to leave it alone. So I will leave it alone. We hopped all around the bush and we're going to leave the bush alone. It's a poisonous bush. We're allowed to look at it from all these different angles and we're not allowed to touch it. Okay. Understood, Spirit. Understood. Whatever. Okay. I will take it. Fine. All right. So, bottom row though, Queen of Swords upright, Fool card upright, Nine of Cups upright. The interesting part about this though is after we just talked about all that weird, dark, heavy shit, then now here, this is a very bright and shiny type of row. It kind of reminds me like it's always darkest before the dawn kind of thing. So again, this idea of a hinge, this idea of a pivot point. You have this dark and it brings about this light. The equal and opposite reaction. So as this seems to be quite a low moment, this brings it right back up. Talk about discombobulating, confusing, disorienting energy for July. To have that much of a pendulum swing. I mean, what more? The fact that I even chose these, you know, like opposing colors and this crazy thing here, and I had no idea that we were going to have chaotic energy here. It's like, you know, you just already know, didn't mean to before you walked into it. I guess that's just what happens when you're an intuitive. But yeah, that's exactly what's happening here. So after whatever this kind of dark, shadowy, heavy thing is, then there's an equal and opposite reaction of some kind of a resurgence of something to bring up morale, to bring things back around, something that can be carefree or celebrated, something that can be like, that's, you know, finally, what a relief, or that solved it, or this is something to celebrate, or something like that. So this very rapid swing in the opposite direction immediately following. Whew, United States, what the hell? July 2025. Let me pull this up and pull something else because I feel like we're going to end up taking all the time in the world on this one. And I already pulled like a third of the deck on it. So let's pull these back up. Reshuffle these. Shuffle. There we go. As I'm shuffling up here to, let's see. There's always so many things to tell. Oh yeah, this one. I don't want to forget this. Since it is a monthly predictions video, it is a July reading, then that means it is a giveaway month yet again. So, as always on these monthly predictions videos, if you would like to enter a giveaway to win a free 15-minute private tarot reading with me, then just type the word win, W-I-N, the word win in the comments for a chance to be randomly selected and a chance to win a free free 15-minute private tarot reading with me. So just put the word win in the comments, and at some point during the month of July, we will select a winner randomly and announce it for everyone, and you can collect your prize. So enter win in the comments for your chance. Okay. So all shuffled up here. All right, let's just check. Anything else for right now that we can know about July 2025? What else about July 2025? Oh, Empress card popping out again, and then we got a flyer. Oh, no way. Empress card popped out, had one, flew on the floor, and it's that. Jeez Louise. Lord help me. And it's that again. What in the... Alright. So we're getting some repeat cards here. Apparently, there are some overlapping themes going on here. So we're gonna bring this out. In some sort of a way, it feels like there's going to be, again, in keeping with that hinge idea, some kind of a reset of sorts coming. I do not know what the hell that means. I'm using the word because that's the word that came to my mind, so I'm using the word that came to my mind. What this is giving to me, you know, the whole, like, here's all this water and here's the dove, you know, the whole story of the whole world flooded and then the dove came to show peace and then the world will never flood again. That whole kind of biblical story. This card is screaming that at me. This sense of this big thing that, like, was the sign that everything was supposed to get better and this bad stuff was not supposed to happen again. Why are we bringing up, you know, pretty big deal biblical stories into a July 2025 tarot reading? Why? Why are we doing that right now? That is a very good question. A question that I unfortunately do not know the answer of because I can't know everything. I can only know what I receive. And this is what I have received. So it is a bit of a cryptic message here. But again, in this sense, Empress card, I know what it was standing for a while ago. However, we also have to mention that it is the card about planting new seeds and growing things again. So this is kind of a little bit of that start over energy. When you get these two next to each other, it's a bit like a reset, a bit like a start over. Okay, slate's clean. Let's plant something new and grow it to fruition, grow it to adulthood, grow it to whatever. This time the moon card coming up in an upright position. Again, it was the one that flew out and fell, came over, put it over here. Upright position means not everything is going to be known about this. This is, when it's in this position, it's not an up and out. It is a kind of things on lock. So it does look like they're suggesting that we will only be getting the information that we need to know at the time. A lot of it is still going to be kind of kept in the dark because we only need this piece at a time to be able to take our steps. So we're going to get those, I guess, breadcrumbs as we need them to kind of do this restart type of moment. Why we need a restart? I don't know. I mean, a lot of people are like, we need to press the reset button on this world because everything's crazy and shitty and da-da-da-da. And I get that we say that, but, you know, what exactly does that entail? What exactly does that mean? At least in this sense down here, it feels like this could, again, keeping with that breadcrumbing type of idea, could be a slow over time thing. It's just that with the other stuff that we've already seen, the hinge, the pivot, the being a big deal kind of a month, it does make you feel like, okay, it starts with a bang and then things reset, you know, sector by sector over time. But the whole, you know, starts with a bang thing must feel pretty quick. I mean, those things are usually kind of jarring. Let's take a a little bit further peek on what's going on here. Something this is referring to around the entire world. So this is not just limited to the United States like it was before. An abundance card. So again, they're trying to show this idea of resetting being a positive thing, building back little by little being a positive thing. So whatever is being presented here is not meant to be scary. Whatever is being presented here is meant to be like, here's the hopeful part. Here's the part where after all the crazy confusion and discombobulation, we get to try to start resetting things. We get to start flipping that switch into a different direction, which is what a lot of people have been asking for. So, Four of Pentacles upright. This is a card about having a sense of control, feeling like we have control over something. So, whatever way, it feels like things get to a point where they're leveling out, where it's like, now finally I have a little bit more control over this. So whether that means like, okay, things that have felt really ridiculously out of control now are, transforming. Something's coming down the pike to have to put Humpty Dumpty back together again and, revamp this a little bit, get a renewed sense of control, get a renewed sense of, calm or stability or whatever. So this whole thing, it's just there is a very, very clear and present theme of the month of July. And it keeps coming to us in various different situations and scenarios. It's coming to us U.S. specific. It's coming to us worldwide. It's just, it's everywhere in this reading. I can't even get away from it. I've been pulling and repulling, and it just keeps coming up in our faces. This is clearly what they're wanting to share about this month. Clearly. The most important thing. So, very low lows, followed by very high highs, confusing, chaotic, discombobulating energy, bouncing back between two extremes on the pendulum. And it feels like that is in every single facet that you could possibly imagine in July. Think about that applying to politics. Think about that applying to the weather. Think about that applying to world events and world happenings. Think about that applying to your local communities or your families or even within yourself. In every way that we can think about applying that theme. Here we go. Here we go. So this is a very different and interesting type of reading that they've given today. Very unusual, but I just say what I see, I say what I get, and if it's unusual, it's unusual. If this is what they give me, this is what they give me. Okay, we'll go with this. There's a reason why this is what we're meant to know, and this is the way we're meant to know it. So let's just take it for what it is and see where this goes. So, whew. And if you'd like to book a private reading with me, I guess if you end up feeling like everything's too crazy and chaotic and you need to help making some sense out of it, then you can book a private tarot reading with me at BeasTalksAndTarot.com. Also Reiki Energy healing for cleansing, clearing, tune-up. If you feel, again, like there's just too much chaos and stuff going on and you want to kind of clear that off, cleanse that off, get a reset in that way, then Reiki Energy healing is on my website. Intuitive healing sessions, if it's like, okay, this is too stressful, I need help, I need to talk to somebody, I need to unload this, whatever, then intuitive healing sessions right there for you. Or if you want to learn to read the cards the way I read the cards, tarot tutoring is on there as well. So all of that at BeasTalksAndTarot.com. And two things. One, Perk Squad members coming at you with a extended video here. And then everybody else, well, everybody in general, let's do a B-roll. Let's do a B-roll, watch a B-roll of some silly little shenanigans to help lighten the mood from all this wild energy that we just sat through. So let's do some B-rolls, shake it off, get into a lighter mood. That will help kind of close the loop, close things out here, and I will see you on the next one. So don't be a stranger. Come back and see me, and I will talk at you later. Believe me. Believe me. Bye, y'all. Girl, what the hell now? Izzy, you need to calm down.
You know she'd like to calm down.
I'm eating apple. God, I'm eating apple.
That means she's...
You just went around the back of my chair to come over here and haunt me over here. Girl, she's like, as she leaves all these little nail marks. Girl, you need to calm down. I don't know what the deal is, man. She hears my apple, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Might put her on your lap.
Is apple your favorite? Apple's your absolute favorite? Mm-hmm. She looks like she's about to bark at me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's
Right?
she's like sneeze barking at
You
me.
already got 2 pieces and you didn't give her one.
Girl. You need to calm down. Hey, hey. Hey, are you like sneeze barking at me? Whoa. Hey. Hey. You need to calm yourself. You need to calm yourself. Whatever, girl. That one was a grape. Apple. Happy, happy dance. Now I got all 4 of them looking at me. Y'all don't all 4 like apples?
These don't too, don't gonna eat it. He's gonna eat it.
As we look over and Daddy's on the floor with the babies on the floor. Like they're begging for apple.
I'll eat some apple.
You'll eat some apple too? So you're begging on the floor, you'll eat some apple.
But not right now. I'm too full.
You're laying on the floor like, yeah, I'll eat apple too. I don't even know if all of them eat apple.
Just Teddy.
Oop, did he get his? Did he get it? No,
Izzy
he
got
dropped it. Okay. Izzy got it. Teddy, try again. All right, Teddy will eat apple. Bodie don't want no damn apple. Bodie, you want apple? He's just doing it because other people are doing it.
Yeah.
So he's like, I guess I'll try. Scooter, you want
He's
apple?
actually eating it.
Hey, Scooter, you can't sleep on this. Look at that. She got fucking apple because you sat there and slept on it. Kid, I'm gonna try one more time. Scoot. No. Are you gonna eat it or what? Wow.
He's licking it.
Okay, Scoot. Come over here. Get it, Izzy. Okay.
She knows how to chew it.
This is it.